2 teams, 1 divisional winner. Who wants it more? Find out next. We are coming to you from USA Field in Chicago, Illinois, where tonight Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, Alex Rios, A.J. Pierzynski and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Joe Mauer, Mike Kadire, and Ron Gardenhire's first place Minnesota Twins. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson as we get set to bring you the series. This is, without question, the biggest series we have played up until this point. We have 3 games here. We're 6 back. We are 5-10 against this club this year. So, obviously, it's a case. I'm not saying it's a must sweep, but we certainly have to win 2 out of 3, and a sweep would be very good. But tonight, we got a good man starting out the first game for us.
Johnny Danks is going to the mound. He's 13-10 this year. And this year, he's 2-1 against Minnesota, which is a pretty good trick because they've dominated the Central. Francisco Lariano going to the mound. He's 13-7. His ERA in the low 3s. And he's 2-0 against the Sox this year. So this is a guy you got to pressure early. If we can do that, put him in a stretch, get him thinking a little bit in the early innings, I think we can get to him. And John Danks usually rises to the occasion. Hawk, this is a big occasion.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down because White Sox baseball coming your way.
This crucial series between the White Sox and the first-place Minnesota Twins as the Sox look to carve into that 6-game Minnesota lead in the American League Central. We'll get you back upstairs to Hawk and Steve in just a moment. I'm Chris Bowden down on the field, and tonight marks the 3rd time that former White Sox Jim Thome is back in town wearing Twins threads. The former White Sox, very likable guy here, but he has been front and center, quite instrumental in the Twins playing better than .700 ball since the All-Star break and making up for the loss of Justin Morneau to a concussion just before that break. Now, Thome and Paul Konerko grew very close in their 4 seasons here on the South Side. They joined their wives in many charitable endeavors, particularly involving foster families. And I asked Konerko before tonight's game whether Thome's success with the arch rival has created any dislike for him.
No, I mean, I wish he was, playing for some other team in the National League or something, but, Jim is one of those guys where it's impossible to not like the man. He's a great human being, and nothing he does on the field surprises me. I mean, as long as he's healthy and playing, which he is most of the time, he's going to hit. I mean, you can't stop him. I mean, you just hopefully he doesn't kill you, but he's going to get his hits. He's going to hit his homers. He's been doing it for a long time, and he's 40 years old now, and he's still as dangerous as he's ever been. So, as a fan, you got to love him. I mean, hopefully we can keep him at bay here the next 3 days until he gets out of here. But I love seeing Jim do well. Obviously not against us, but I love the guy, so I'm always pulling for him. Otherwise,
Tommy DHing, hitting 7th in tonight's lineup, 353, 2 homers, 5 RBIs in the season series. Konerko, on the other hand, has hit 390 and gone deep 4 times with 12 driven in against the Twins. It's going to be Francisco Liriano versus John Danks. Both pitchers with 13 victories. Danks looking for his career high 14th victory and get the White Sox off on the right foot in the opener of this huge 3-game series. Hawk and Steve have the call coming up next on Comcast Sportsnet.
Allstate. Sox come in 6 games in back of Minnesota, and this is a huge ball game, much more so for us. But the Twins line up with Span leading off, and at Hudson, Mauer, Kadire, Kubel, Delman Young, Tommy the DH, Valencia, and Hardy. The defense behind John Danks. Left to right, Pierre Rios and Quinton. In the infield, Vizquel, Ramirez, Beckham, and Konerko. A.J. Przinsky behind the plate, and the Toyota starting pitcher is John Danks. Johnny looking for win number 14 in this his 29th start. Both pitchers' ERAs are over 5 against their opposing teams, so you'd think this would be a high-scoring affair. And we'll take a look at the conditions of the ballpark. It's 66 degrees, 49% humidity, winds out of the east, 8 to 12 miles an hour. The forecast, it is clear. It will get a bit cooler, but it's perfect baseball weather. So John Danks is ready to go, and so are we. So I'll turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox Baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. So happy you could join us for the first of this huge, at least for us, 3-game series. Denard Span, the center fielder, will lead it off. Twins come in at 85 and 58. Hitting at 276 as a club with a 3.78 team ERA. So the first pitch to Span is taken high and wide. Span at 264. 3 homers. He's driven in 49.
You just as soon get out of this first inning without facing Kadire. Because as the cleanup hitter, he has murdered Johnny Danks.
There's a strike. Span hadn't done a bad job. He's 11 for 33.
Well, there you look at the numbers, and pretty good lefty on lefty. The Span starts every day. It doesn't matter who pitches.
And you don't want to walk anybody. Base on balls has really been giving us a lot of problems the last 2 or 3 weeks. There's a strike, and the count goes full. Span has 22 stolen bases and 26 attempts. And this is the 16th meeting of the year between these two clubs. In the first 15, Minnesota has won 10. That's into left field. Pierre, yes! A nice way to start with a beautiful defensive play by Juan Pierre.
Bernard Span in protection mode, and he takes about a half swing, slicing it into left field. Juan Pierre, fortunately, able to come over and get it as that ball hung up a bit, and keeping a tough man off base.
So that'll bring up the switch hitting second baseman, Orlando Hudson, hitting at .278, 6 homers. He's driven in 34. Takes first pitch strike.
Hudson has much more power from the right side. 5 of his 6 home runs coming as a right-hand hitter. The average is just about the same from either side.
5 for 17 lifetime off Johnny Danks. Twins are 37 and 35 on the road this year. But they have a tremendous home record of 48 and 23.
They're also 40 and 20 against the Central. And taking care of business in your own division is a recipe for winning.
Well, you're not going to get it done unless you play well in your own division.
And the Sox have really struggled in that department. 30 and 33 against the Central. But none of that matters here tonight. The whole world is this game.
Shot, Omar! 2 nice defensive plays, and they're 2 outs. That was a changeup right there from Danks, and just hammered by Hudson.
Omar right there, well off the line to make the play, taking most likely a 2-base hit away from Hudson. So 2 hitters, 2 line drives, but also 2 big outs before you head into the Mauer, Kadire, Kubel, and Young part of the batting order.
Mauer hitting at .324, 8 homers, 71 driven in. Late call by Honora, and the count 0-1. He's 15 for 43 lifetime off Danks. And here at beautiful US Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center. Just a beautiful evening here in the beautiful city. Dwight New right down the left field line, so Mauer will take a big turn, hold up as Pierre quickly got to it, and that's the 2-out single.
1,000 career hits already for Joe Mauer, and many of them looked a whole lot like this. This is a cutter away. It's almost a perfect pitch, except for a guy who has 3 batting titles. Omar well off the line. This ball taken right down the line. Pierre does a nice job of getting to it, making sure that Mauer has to stay at first base.
So here's Danks' nemesis, Kadire, 21 for 45. That'll pencil out at .467. 5 homers and 12 RBIs. And he's underneath that one, a high pop-up. Paulie. So a couple of good defensive plays. Beauty by Pierre and Vizquel after a half inning of play. It's the Twinkies 0, and the good guys coming to bat.
Rios. Paul Konerko at first. Manny Ramirez to DH. Quentin Perzinski, Vizquel, and Beckham playing second and hitting ninth. The defense, and now they'll line up behind Liriano. Young, Span, and Kubo left to right with Valencia, Hardy, Hudson, and Kadire. Joe Mauer behind the plate. And the Toyota starting pitcher is Francisco Liriano. On for the 28th start. 7-3 record. Very respectable ERA. Since the All-Star break, he's been close to unhittable. As you can see, left-handers have done very little with him. He's got a great slider and a good changeup. And the umpires for the game tonight, Brian O'Nora behind the plate, Chris Guccione at first, Jerry Crawford is at second, and Phil Cuzzi is at third.
And before we show you our picks to click you at home, select yours. As Juan Pierre will lead it off, hitting at 273, a homer. He's driven in 39. We have Valencia in on the grass at third. And there's first pitch strike from the 26-year-old southpaw. Liriano, 6'2", 215 pounds. Line shot right to him. That's a hang whooping.
Well, with turnabout being fair play, Minnesota did that twice in the first inning. And Juan hit it as hard as you could hit it, but Valencia right there. See, he's in, taking away the bunt. And good enough reaction time as Juan was bidding to go down the line.
So here's Alexei hitting it 280, 16 homers. He's driven in 60. Picks that well wide. He has hit Liriano hard, 8 for 17. Sox come in with that 269 team average, 3.99 team ERA. As there's the strike. Outfield spread out just about straight away. And the count 1-2.
Liriano originally with the San Francisco Giant organization, made it to Minnesota in 05. Injured and didn't play in 07 with Tommy John surgery.
That's low and away, 2-2. And a full count to Alexei.
Well, the best way to get to this guy is to put him in the stretch early and put a little pressure on him.
And there's a base hit. So the one-out single. That'll bring up Rios.
Alexei got the high fastball away. Drilled it through the right side. Hudson doesn't have great range anymore, and going to his left, he can't get to it.
Rios 4 for 18 lifetime off Liriano. Alex comes in hitting at 291, 21 homers and 82 driven in. Takes it up, takes ball one.
Well, now with Liriano in the stretch, let's see if the Sox can make something happen here in the first inning.
Span and Young very deep. In center and in left. One out, 1-1 the count. Good check. And the count 2-1.
The infield's playing pretty much straight up, and with Liriano using that slider, and the changeup as he does, the left side of the infield usually is pretty busy. Valencia's been terrific. This is his 67th game. He's only made 3 errors at third.
And that's a little high. 3 balls and a strike. Laureano out of San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic. Born there, now resides in Miami. Paulie on deck. And that's a souvenir. The right side. So a full count. See what Ozzie wants to do. Mauer can throw and throw with accuracy.
And Alexei hasn't had the greatest year running. 9 steals, been caught 8 times.
He takes off. There's a strike him out, the double pump, and he's safe. The double clutch got Mauer.
Tenth stolen base, and they would have had Alexei dead to rights. But that ball was in the dirt, and it's pretty tough to pick it out of the dirt and come back up and make the play. It's very close at second with Jerry Crawford on the call. So the hand got in before the tag, and it'll leave it up to the captain. Good call by Jerry Crawford.
So here's Paulie. Paulie hitting at .322, 36 homers, 104 driven in. Paulie 4 for 17 lifetime off Laureano. As he takes ball 1, and of those 4 hits, half of them stayed in the park.
Jeff Cox, third base coach, is going to run on Kubel. Most likely on Span. You have to be careful with Young. He's a left fielder, but he's got a right fielder's arm.
And the count 2-0. Manny on deck. And the count 3-0.
And it would appear, for better or worse, that they feel Konerko is much more dangerous at this point of the year than Manny Ramirez, because they haven't been all that close in 3 straight pitches.
There's one on the outside corner. Sox 40-28 here at home. 39-36 on the road. But right here, 2 out. Alexei at second. And Paulie's got the catbird seat. Trying to take that one into right field, and a full count.
Well, if he doesn't mind walking him, he'll throw that wipeout back foot slider. While he swings at it, that's one thing. It usually winds up out of the zone. But we'll see what Mauer, what he wants, and if Laureano can execute.
The payoff pitch. And that's ball 4. Good take right there by Paulie on a close pitcher's pitch. And right now, let's check out our picks to click tonight. You at home can play. Just tune into the Felco pregame live each night. See Ozzy's lineup and then click on. Tonight, Sox fans watching are taking Manny Ramirez. Mike Larry, our producer, and the crew, they're going with A.J. Pierzynski. Stone Pony's going with Alexei Ramirez. And Terry Hanley and Mike Williams, all the great folks out at Bolingbrook, and we're going to go with Paul Konerko. So 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the first, no score if you're just tuning in, and here is Manny. Pops it up, and that's going to be a souvenir.
That one well back in the seats. Manny was swinging the bat real well in batting practice. If there is any carryover into the game, what the American League pitchers have been doing to him since he came to the American League was trying to bust him inside and seeing if he can handle that.
Well, when he's swinging the bat good, he can handle most anything, but he's got to get himself into playing shape. Hopefully that will start tonight. On Sunday, he had a couple of vicious line drives, one to center and one to left. That's low. One and one to count to Ramirez.
22 pitches so far for Liriano. And if he continues to see his pitches pile up, we're going to be able to get into that bullpen, which is something that we would dearly love to do.
Big pitch right here, the 1-1. Change up outside and the count 2-1. So advantage goes to Manny. Bit of a late call by Norick on the outside corner, 2-2.
Manny felt that one actually hooked around the plate. It's a backdoor slider. He thought one of two things. Either it hooked around the plate or it was too low. It could have very well been both. Either way, the count is tied at 2-2, a completely different hitting situation for Manny now.
Mauer, as you know, will take a lot of time, and now he'll make one of his patented trips to the mound.
Well, Joe Mauer, in this ballpark, for whatever reason, has always used a different set of signs, even with nobody at second base. He's always run through an indicator or used taps on his chest protector or knees. He just never hangs down one sign, always anticipating that perhaps somebody might be looking from center field.
Two on, 2 out, and the 2-2 pitch. Pretty good pitch by Liriano. Good job by Manny just to fight it off. And that's inside, full count with Quentin on deck. As deep as they're playing in center and in left, this 3-2 count will give Paulie some time and some extra steps, but as deep as they're playing, I don't know on a tweener if he can do it. Hopefully it will be. As he gets him, and that'll retire the side. Sox have a threat. One hit, strand 2 after 1, no score.
your vote for the AL MVP. A, Paul Konerko. B, Robinson Cano. C, Josh Hamilton. D, Miguel Cabrera. Text A, B, C, or D to 53695. You can stick around for the U.S. Cellular White Sox postgame live for final results, or visit csnchicago.com. I have a feeling I know how this one's going to work out. Just a feeling.
First pitch to Jason Kubel, taken for a strike. Kubel comes in hitting at 256, 19 homers, 84 driven in. 9 for 34 lifetime off Danks, but he's knocked in 11 runs. And there is a ground ball back through the middle. Alexei's got him and 1 out.
Terrific positioning on the inner defense, because Alexei was playing him up the middle, and that ball, normally a base hit, he made the play easily. This is on the first base side of second, and Ramirez right there in plenty of time.
So here's Young hitting at 297, 16 homers, 98 driven in. Takes ball 1. Young 10 for 34 lifetime off Danks with a homer.
And I talked with the hitting coach, Joe Vavra, before the game about Delvin Young, and he said he's just really starting to figure it out. So this guy's been very destructive this year.
And the count 1-2. Last year he had 284, 12 homers, and knocked in 60. A little bit high. And for those of you who are thinking about maybe a little retaliation off Young, which I would certainly agree with, but this is not the series to do it in. That's where you got to file it. And just don't forget it. The 2-2. High into short left field. Alexei making the call. Has the ball. 2 down. And a reminder, join our White Sox mobile group to receive exclusive offers and chances to win great prizes like autographed jerseys and baseballs. All you do is text SOX to Shy Sox 244-769 to enter to win an autographed Mark Burley jersey. Tommy upstairs. Standard text and data rate supply. Visit whitesox.com for the rules. Oh, and 2 the count very quickly to Tommy.
Just stay up there with the fastball right over the Minnesota logo, and you got him.
Breaking ball high. Tommy 3 for 9 lifetime off his former teammate. Another one up high, and the count evens at 2. He was all over that one, just underneath it.
Well, unfortunately, that one was a little lower than John would have wanted it. I think AJ wants it inside. This one just floated outside, and it's thigh high.
So full count.
Danny Valencia in the on-deck circle.
Pale. He gone. 1-2-3 inning for Danksy. After an inning and a half, no score. And with Xfinity TV from Comcast. Don't miss the action. Call 1-800-XFINITY today. And right here, bottom of the second inning, no score. Danksy's got his good fastball tonight. It's just a matter of where that changeup's going to go.
And we certainly have to find some way to get to Liriano, who we haven't beaten this year. And one of the ways to do it is Carlos Quentin has got to break that 0-for-13 streak.
Well, we had a threat in the first inning. A couple of guys on. Couldn't do anything with it. As there's first pitch strike to Quentin. Hitting at .236, 24 homers, 82 knocked in. He is 2 for 8 lifetime off Liriano.
That time he threw a high cut fastball. Just missed the elbow of Carlos Quentin.
That's into right field. That's count Corn. Kubel. One down. That'll bring up A.J. And the first 25,000 fans at each game will receive a Milford Valley Farms game card. A Milford Valley Farms game card. Buy one Milford Valley Farms product at your local grocer and receive a free item of equal or lesser value with your game card. So here's A.J. Takes that fastball right there. A.J. 5 for 14 lifetime off Liriano. Way out in front, the count 0-2.
Liriano's got a very good changeup. His stuff is similar to John Dank's. Might throw a little bit harder, not as hard as he used to throw because he was a flamethrower as a kid.
Out of play. Well, he had Nintendo stuff before the surgery.
Yeah, that was 12-3 that first half of the year, and I remember talking to Terry Ryan in the Arizona Fall League about Liriano, and he says it doesn't look good. Looks like he's going to have Tommy John. He had it. He's come back. He's thrown the ball pretty well this year after a tough year last year.
Last year 5-13 with a 5.80. The 0-2. First of a big 3-game set. Tomorrow night, Gavin Floyd against Ryan Dunsing. And that's poked foul out of play.
Nice job of staying alive by A.J. as that slider moving well off the plate. A.J. had committed himself, and he was fortunate to be able to foul it off. This ball is well out of the zone. And he lives to see another pitch.
Ate him up inside. 2 down. Third strikeout for Liriano.
After that hard slider away, Maurer wants a fastball inside, and Liriano gets it about 3-4 inches in off the plate. That's what pitching inside means. In a situation where a hitter has to protect, you go 3 or 4 inches in off the plate. You're inviting him to swing. He can't do anything with it, even if he makes contact.
So here's Omar. Omar at 288. A couple of homers. He's driven in 28. Count evens at 1. A little chopper, free hopper. That didn't take long. 1, 2, 3, and we'll go to the third. Sportsnet. Revisit Sunday's game and get ready for next week with exclusive interviews and live press conferences with the Bears' biggest names. Don't miss Bears Blitz, presented by Jimmy John's. Tomorrow and Thursday at 4:30 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. First pitch strike to Danny Valencia, leading off here in the top of the third.
A chance to talk to his parents before the game today, and they're very happy with the results of their son's output this year.
Ron Gardenhire is too.
Yeah. He's been terrific defensively, and what he's been doing is driving the ball to right center field if the pitchers stay away.
Hitting .329, a couple of homers, 27 driven in. He's a career .299 minor league hitter. Just 25 years old, so there's no reason to think that he can't get it done up here, and he certainly has been doing that. That's into right field. That's a can of corn. One out. And that'll bring up the shortstop, J.J. Hardy. And a reminder, prorated White Sox season ticket plans are still available for the remainder of the season, and fans that purchase the final games and place a deposit toward 2011 will receive the opportunity to purchase 2010 postseason tickets. First pitch strike. So call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. Omar, what new? A rocket. And he doesn't get him.
Well, Hardy has decent but not great speed, and this is a good pick by Omar. Throws it wide of the bag, and Hardy, hustling down the line, turns into error number 3. Pulls Paulie off the bag, tries the swipe tag. Chris Guccione says, no, you didn't get him.
So here's Span. He had a low line drive into left field that hung up just long enough for Juan Pierre to get there. You don't want to spend a whole bunch of time messing up your rhythm trying to get Hardy. He's just 1 for 2 in stolen bases.
This has not been a particularly aggressive Twins team, and Hardy is not going to break out his running game in the middle of September.
That's low. Back up to middle. Little flip. Yes! Another beautiful play by Gordon Beckham. Alexei as they turn it over. Mercy. And that'll do it. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 3 terrific defensive plays already by the Sox.
has come out to play tonight. First, it's Denard Span lining to Juan Pierre, makes a great catch. Then it's Hudson lining it right at Omar, and he makes a great catch. But saving the best for third, the ground ball back up the middle, and an easy 4-6-3 double play.
What a feed right there by Beckham. And what knew? A guy makes a play, and poof. Here he is. Leading off here in the bottom of the third. Beckham hitting at .254, 9 homers. He's driven in 49. Brent Mauer got him.
Pretty good idea for Beckham, who hasn't really shown a whole lot of bunting this year. But just the fact that he shows it will mean that the corners are going to have to move in on him. Unfortunately, he didn't get this ball far enough away from Joe Mauer, who knew he had a little time. He's got a rocket for an arm and makes the play.
That takes us back to the top of our order. Juan Pierre, who hit a screaming Mimi right at Valencia at third base. Takes a bunt, takes the ball. Little chopper right side. Liriano right where he should be, just does get him. 2 down.
If you're going to go underhand, you want to show the pitcher the ball all the way. And you better hope with Juan Pierre running that he gets there in a hurry. And that's exactly what Cuddyer does. He's very close to missing the bag at first base. Well, if he got it, it was with the outside of the shoe.
So here's Alexei. He singled between first and second, then picked up his 10th stolen base. That's a souvenir right side. And that's low. The 1-1 pitch. And a reminder, this Friday at 7:10, Sox against the Tigers join the White Sox for halfway to St. Patrick's Day. Now, the first 20,000 fans 21 and older will receive a White Sox green cap presented by Miller Lite. So for tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. 2-2. It's full.
Tried that backdoor breaking ball, and this time Brian O'Nora said it did hook around the plate. Just trying to nip that outside corner. Mauer pulls it back, which shows you that he didn't believe it was a strike either.
There's a chopper to Hopper, Valencia. And that is 7 in a row retired by Liriano.
the fourth meal from Taco Bell. Open 1 a.m. or later.
Oh, 1-0 for their guys. 0-1-1 for our guys here in the top of the fourth inning. Hudson, chopper to Hopper. One pitch, one out. Didn't take long.
Here's our AT&T trivia question. What Twins player led the American League in runs batted in 1977? That, of course, the year of the Southside Hitmen.
So here's Mauer. He is the only Minnesota hit. That was a shot right down the third baseline between Vizquel and the line. Pierre got there in a hurry and held him to the single.
Johnny Danks so far has kept his pitches to a minimum.
One and one to count. Mauer last year at .365, 28 homers and drove in 96.
And missed the first month of the season.
And picked up an MVP.
Just an unbelievable player from the time he stepped into that uniform in the major leagues.
That ball hit hard. One makes another catch on him. Mercy. Beautiful play by Juan Pierre on a ball I didn't think he had a prayer to get to.
Well, this ball was hit hard and it was slicing away from Pierre. And Juan off with the crack of the bat. It didn't hurt that he's left-handed, and that right hand extended, the ball cradled in the glove, and a double taken away from Mauer.
Cuddyer takes ball one. He hit the first pitch he saw back in the first inning. Popped it up to Konerko.
Cuddier's been asked to move to first base on a nightly basis. And they don't know when Justin Morneau is going to come back. I talked to Ron Gardner today, talked to Billy Smith, their general manager. They're all with the same ideas. He's still experiencing some symptoms of a concussion.
That ball smoked into the gap. What new? Cuddyer just absolutely eats Johnny Danks up. So he picks up his 35th two-bagger.
Cuddyer told me that new ballpark in Minnesota is messing with his power, but it hasn't hurt his double ability. This guy hits the ball really hard.
So here's Kubel. He grounded one back through the middle. Looked like a base hit except for one thing. Alexei was playing him perfectly. As he takes first pitch strike.
Kubel used to have great speed. At the end of the 2004 season, he tore up his knee. And he missed the entire 2005 season, and his speed now is adequate.
That's low. And that's low. 2-1 to count with Young on deck.
Well, Kubel was usually the hitter that kind of got lost in the middle of that lineup when Morneau was playing every day. As you breathe a sigh of relief to get by Mauer and Cuddyer and Morneau, and then all of a sudden Kubel would come up and hit a two-run homer.
And that's low. 3-1. Ground ball left side. Omar got him, and that'll retire the side. So the two-out double by Cuddyer goes by the boards. We go to the bottom of the fourth, scoreless.
American League in runs batted in 1977? And the answer, Larry Heisel. 119 of them. Played against him in high school, and he was a pretty good player.
He was a very good mistake hitter. Take a mistake on Larry, and he would absolutely burn you. So it's bottom of the fourth, the heart, the iron of our order coming up. Rios, Konerko, and Manny. Change up out in front, hooks it foul. Alex struck out on a 3-2 fastball his first trip.
Well, so far, Sox pitching has been great. The defense has been spectacular behind John Danks, and now it's the offense's turn, second time through, to step it up.
There's that attempt at a backdoor slider, and the count 1-1. That ball hit hard but foul. Dadgummit. Right size, wrong shape.
We intended to throw that, looks like a cutter, inside off the plate. And Alex opening up a little too quickly, got the good part of the bat on it, but just yanked it foul.
So that's out number one.
Eight in a row retired as Liriano continues throwing high fastballs and in the spot that Mauer wants it. Liriano's only given up 4 home runs this year in 175 innings of work. That's amazing.
Yes, it is. Very much so. As here's Paulie, and a long at bat before drawing a walk as he takes a little spinner on the outside corner.
Let's take a look what Paul Konerko has done lately. Last 21 games, he's just been on fire. He's making a legitimate run at the MVP. That will be somewhat dependent if the Sox can win the division or not, but it doesn't diminish the year that Paul Konerko has had from the start till tonight.
That fastball up high and wide, 2-1. Well, probably this year has just been a devastating 7th, 8th, and 9th inning hitter. And that is where it's got to get done. That ball hit into the gap. Get down, get down, get down. It will. And it gets by him. Going all the way to Walston. Now Paulie's going to turn it on. He's making the turn. He's on his way to third. He will get there. A triple for Konerko. That's his first three-bagger of the season.
You're not going to see this too often, and I'm not talking about the triple. I'm talking about lack of communication on the part of Span and Kubel. It appeared that either of them would have been able to make this catch had one of them backed off. Neither did, and that ball landed pretty much between them. You saw at the last instant, Kubel looked over at Span. Span wasn't going to get it. Paul not doing any umpiring. Slides into third.
So here is Manny. Manny struck out to end the first inning.
Gardner doesn't think that he has to bring the infield all the way in. That's because of the speed of Paul Konerko. So he's playing them about halfway.
And that ball hammered but foul. Just a rocket out of here. Meanwhile, 0-1 to count.
Same type of pitch as he used to Rios. Only this was a fastball. He tried to get it in. Manny around just a little too quickly, and he yanks it foul. Lexi thought it was gone. Had the distance. Just the wrong side of the pole.
Going to double him up. And the count very quickly, 0-2. Boy, when a guy does that, hits one like Manny did on the first pitch, just foul. That's a great call, doubling him up with another inside heater.
That one overmatched him. First one he was on, that last one was just in the perfect spot.
Come on, Manny. Good two-strike hitter. Right here, right now. Right spot. Two down. Big strikeout for Laureano.
That's that biting back foot slider. You see where Maurer wants it? It's in off the plate. Manny can't handle it. And in a situation that was crying out for contact, there was none.
So it's up to Quentin. Could not check it up.
Well, they're playing the outfield pretty much straight away, maybe a touch toward right center, but the infield is playing Carlos Quentin as a pull hitter.
Watch out. Another rocket. Meanwhile, another hard foul strike and the count 0-2. That's what good pitchers do. Getting a jam like this, first thing you know as a hitter, you're 0-2.
And he's pounding you inside.
Change up away. So he strikes out the side. We leave a man at third, had in there with one out, couldn't do anything with it. 695, and if you're the 500 texture, you could win $5 foot-long subs from Subway. So here's Young, and that's high and deep. He got a changeup up out over the plate. That's what we talked about. It's whether or not he's going to be able to keep that changeup down, and it is 1-0 Minnesota.
17 and 99 on the power numbers for Delmon Young. 8th time he's homered against the Sox. And that one just hung right up in the eyes of Young, who hit it far enough as John Danks very frustrated.
Thome deep into left center field. That's off the wall. Here's a throw in. He goes. Beautiful play by Alex. Another tremendous defensive play by our Sox tonight.
Well, it certainly helps that Alex knows the speed of Jim Thome, because this ball hits high off the wall, looked like it could have been gone but wasn't, and Alex didn't get trapped in too close. He barehanded the throw back to the infield, and Gordon puts the tag on in plenty of time.
So here's Valencia. Takes first pitch strike. And that's out of play. And very quickly to count 0-2. That's way high.
Valencia, 19th round draft choice in this very fine Twins system. 2006 he was drafted. Young man had it and lost it.
And that's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 25-year-old third baseman. Change up. He gone.
Just a second strikeout, and this is a good changeup. Diving low and away out of the zone. Valencia off balance and no chance.
Marty hit a rocket down to Omar, who made a nice pickup, then made an errant throw. And there's another bullet down there. So that will be a 2-out double for Hardy. Double number 17.
And the Twins hitting the ball pretty hard here in the 5th inning.
They go back to the top of the order. Denard Span.
He's been robbed a couple of times in his 2 at-bats.
Beautiful play by Pierre, and then a spectacular start to a twin killing by Gordon Becker. And there's a base hit. Here comes Hardy. Hit the cutoff man.
Now, a real bad throw by Alex Rios, because it allowed the trailer Span to go to second base. These Twins read angles as well as anybody, and you're not going to get Hardy at the plate. So he takes it right back up the middle. RBI number 50. And then moves to second base on the throw that Alex Rios misses over the head of Paul Konerko. Nice stop by AJ because there was nobody behind him.
2-6-0 for Minnesota. 0-2-1 for our guys here in the top of the 5th inning.
Don Cooper has had his say.
So here's Hudson. Hudson's 0 for 2. Nice block by AJ. Those high changeups go a long way. Two 2-0 the count.
Well, the man out at second base, Denard Span, is essentially the running game for these Twins. He's dwarfed anybody else in the stolen base department.
And the count 3-0. You don't want to walk him to get to the next guy. And there's one.
Well, now if you're Hudson, you're looking fastball. You would prefer it middle in, because you know that Johnny Danks does not want to see Joe Mauer this inning.
And a full count. Big gap out there in left center. He gone. He knew it. Meanwhile, they come up with a pair halfway home, trailing 2-0. We got some work to do, and we got to do it off a tough left-hander who is throwing the ball extremely well tonight. He's got a good fastball, touching 97 on a consistent basis, an occasional changeup. but a very quick and sharp breaking slider. That's up high. A.J. struck out. His first trip, one of 6 registered by Liriano. Out and around that one, and the count 1-1. One and two.
That slider tonight for Liriano is just exploding as it gets to the plate. It's the late break that's going to fool you more than anything else. And because they all seem to be coming out of the same release point, he's very deceptive to go along with excellent stuff.
Did him a favor right there if he got it over.
Yeah, Mauer went through every set of signs that he had. And finally got to the changeup, which Mauer didn't want to throw him, but apparently Liriano did.
So they pitch number 66.
A.J. can't believe that call. Now, Mauer didn't do him any good the way he received the baseball. And Brian O'Nora goes over to yell something back at A.J. Take a look at the location of this one, folks.
That's brutal.
That's real low.
That's just awful. So here's Omar. Omar grounded out to short. There's a shot down into the corner. So the 1-out double. That's his 11th two-bagger. Just our 3rd hit.
And Omar has just been fantastic this entire season. You forget the fact that he's 43 years old. He just keeps rolling right along, and that batting average is now up around 290.
And here's Beckham. He's 0 for 1. Tried to bunt, leading off the 2nd inning. Checked it 3rd inning. Then Mauer got him. Takes that fastball high and wide.
They're booing Joe Mauer for going to the mound.
What was his over and under today?
Well, we usually peg him at 9.
No, we had him last time at 7.5. And
he got to 9. Yes.
Oh yeah, got to 9. Right. But
7.5, you got to take the over.
Oh yeah. And that's low 2-0. Juan Pierre on deck.
The runners in scoring position since June 27th, where Gordon really started to heat it up. He's one of the better Sox hitters in these situations.
Two balls and a strike. Fastball. There goes Omar. And he's going to steal it. Mauer could not find the ears on it.
I got to believe there's a very good chance that Omar had an idea what was coming, only because he took off, nobody was paying attention to him, and that was a straight change. See how quickly he takes off? That ball in the dirt. Mauer can't handle it.
Now pick him up, Gordon. That's his 10th stolen base. And that's ball 4.
And another trip to the mound.
Now we're going to have a meeting of the minds. Everybody's going to come in, with the exception of Kadire.
Well, I think the only reason why they're talking to him in this situation is they're changing the signs, because I think that Mauer believes that Omar knew what was coming and picked the perfect pitch to run. There's Rick Anderson, the pitching coach.
Well, you can change signs without having 6 guys out on the mound.
True. But they love to have meetings.
They do. The meetingest ball club in the league. That fastball misses.
One's only grounded into 7 double plays. And if he flies out to left field, there's going to be a pretty good battle between the legs of Vizquel and the arm of Young.
One is lined to third and grounded out to first. Right back to the mound.
That's just not a heads-up play by Liriano. Because even with Pierre there, Vizquel stationary at third. You go to second base and hope to get 2. It's a one-hop rocket right back to him. So now he's put runners at second and third with 2 outs. This is just not understanding the situation. And now Anderson is coming out to talk with Liriano, who's got the tying runs, both in scoring position.
Well, we catch a break right there. Hopefully we can capitalize on it. But there are some pitchers who just absolutely, we had one here that would just on a play, a man on first and third and 1 out, ball hit back to him, just couldn't throw to second base.
Yeah, some of them you can't force yourself to do it, because I don't think
can't do it
unless you're thinking ahead of time. The ball comes back to me with anything on it, I'm going second to first to get the double play. He didn't have that in his mind. Consequently, it brings up probably the hottest hitter against Liriano, maybe in all of baseball, Alexei Ramirez.
Well, that was what that meeting was about. There's Alexei. Alex on deck, struck out a couple times tonight. Takes down low. Yeah, James Baldwin, I think his first 4 years here, did not have a single, not one 1-6-3 double play or 1-4-3 double play.
Get yourself out of a lot of trouble by doing that. So let's see if the 4th out in the inning can come back to haunt Liriano.
And the count 2-0.
Well, these are situations where if you're going to pitch around a guy, rather than risk a wild pitch, you might as well just put him on. Liriano has 10 wild pitches this year, and only in many instances Mauer standing on his head to knock the ball down has kept him at 10.
Wow.
And Alexei with a little smile on his face, thought that one was a bit wide, and you can understand why. And now Joe Mauer, of course, comes out to mention that the changeup was wide. Don't go back out there again.
We're going to have to set the over and under on Mauer to double digits.
Yeah, he's made a whole lot of trips earlier than normal in this one.
So a very generous call right there by Honora. And a time is called by Alexei. And the count 3-1. Well, for Alexei, last thing you're looking for here is a fastball right down the middle, so unless liable at Mauer's liable to throw. Pull the string on it.
Pretty good off-speed slider. And Mauer just set up right in the middle of the plate. And that's exactly where the pitch was. Wasn't necessarily location, but velocity that fooled Alexei.
On the slider.
Yep. First time he's done that, changed the velocity of the slider. Usually he's trying to throw it hard, low and in.
And a payoff pitch. And there's a base hit. Back to the middle. Here comes Beckham. And this game is tied at 2. They got Alexei. The ball gets away. Now he's going to go into second base. Another clutch hit by Alexei Ramirez ties this game at 2. Mercy.
RBI 61 and 62 for Ramirez. And this fastball up and out over the plate with first base open against a guy who has killed you is just a very bad thought process. You have first base open and a man who is going to strike out victim twice coming up. And Alexei gets hit with a throw as he was hung out to dry. Got to be an error somewhere on one of the Twins.
Don't stop now, boys. Starts him off with a changeup. All started with a one-out double, and then the steal of third by our 43-year-old phenom.
Just coming into his own.
Well, we'll play another 3 or 4 years.
It's going to be E6. Charge on that throw.
A ball into right field. That's a soft fly ball. Can of corn. But a big clutch 2-out. RBI single by Ramirez, and we'll go to the 6th, tied at 2. Back, the two in the bottom of the fifth. It'll be Mauer, Kadire, and Kubel to face Johnny Danks. Mauer is 1 for 2 and was robbed of extra bases on a brilliant catch by Juan Pierre. There's a strike to even the count at 1.
Mauer has 62 walks and only 51 strikeouts. Very impressive stat among many of his impressive stats.
Close pitch, didn't get it, and you count 2-1. Three balls and a strike. Just fists that one into center field for a leadoff single.
Joe Mauer has been unbelievable this year. 4th in average, 41 doubles, ties him for 3rd on base percentage, 400 coming into that at bat. He is 3rd. That'll improve. It's the tough man to get out. And the great hitters, when they hit the ball, it always settles in front of the outfielders. Just gets by the infield. And they wind up with 200 hits when the season's over.
Kadire's 1 for 2, a double. There's a chopper. They get him. They call him out on the transfer. So 1 down.
Gordon was not going to be able to turn that double play anyway because Kadire's got pretty decent speed and it was a high chopper. Jerry Crawford right on the call. There he's out, and he does try to transfer it, but drops it.
So here's Kubel. He's grounded to short. He's grounded to 3rd. Bit of a gap out there in left center. Not much. Just go way back and way off the line at 3rd. And a reminder, every White Sox Friday home game is United Flyaway Friday. Each Friday home game, one lucky fan will have the chance to win 2 free round-trip tickets to anywhere in the continental United States that United Airlines flies. So United, proud to fly the Chicago White Sox.
Kadire, 6 stolen bases in 9 attempts.
Paulie going to get the lead man with a perfect peg. The return in time. Nice. Beautiful. Boy, I'll tell you, the Sox are throwing some leather tonight. We're still tied at 2. Season coverage begins at 6:30 with GMC Sports Night. Don't miss the Sox and Twins Thursday night at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Let's take a look at this double play, and it all starts out with the great glove of Paul Konerko. Very accurate throw. The return of 3-6-3, and they retire Kubel. Good angle by Paul to start with. Flat-footed throw by Alexei. But he gets it there, an eyelash ahead of Kubel.
So it will be Konerko lead off, followed by Manny, and then Quentin. Paulie has walked, and he has tripled. His first triple of the season. And coming with one out in the 4th inning. Takes it outside, 1-0 the count.
Outfield very deep and straight up.
There's a shot, a good way to start it off.
Paul continues to swing a hot bat. That ball might not have even been in the strike zone. He just reached out, yanked it into left field.
So here's Manny. Manny 0 for 2. Couple of strikeouts. Last time up, hit the first ball, fastball, just foul, out of here.
We're only 5.5 innings into this game. But defensively, this has been one of the really outstanding games of the year for the Sox to this point.
It's been a thing of beauty. Dan Jiggets would say it's a beautiful thing. Two 7-1 for them, 2 5-1 for us. Big pitch right here, the 1-1. Stay fair. Dadgummit.
Broken bat and just hooked at the last instant. Phil Cuzzy on the call. He went down the line. Let's take a look at some of the defensive plays from tonight, and you'll see the reason why the game is tied at 2. Starts off with a great play by Juan Pierre. Another great play by Vizquel. Then Beckham and Ramirez turn 2. And a 3-6-3 to end that 6th inning. A lot of leather tonight.
That was a changeup right there. Manny got right off the end of the bat and just a foot or so foul. So he's down in the count 1-2.
Tried to throw that fastball right by him, right under the hands. And he was able to foul it off. Last time he got him on a slider, down and in. And you got a pretty good idea that Manny remembers that.
Well, he is 2-0 against us this season, Liriano. But this is the best stuff he's had.
Well, fortunately,
against us this year.
Yeah, and fortunately, the pitches have started to pile up. The bad decision to pitch to the guy that has crushed him, Ramirez, cost him 2 runs and a tie ball game.
Well, they get a little greedy. But they had the meeting at the mound of the Mines. That's what they were talking about.
And there's the bullpen. Harrison Guerrier.
Two balls, two strikes. And that's outside, full count. All four base hit right here, Manny. And that's ball four. So the first two men aboard. Third walk issued by Liriano. Beckham was walked last inning. He came around to score. So now Mauer out to the mound. As Rick Anderson will. While he goes out there, a reminder, you can visit the online shop of the White Sox. You can browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. So get your gear from the official source. Shop at WhiteSox.com.
Brian O'Nora wants to go out and talk to him about pitching a tent on the mound. You've had his say. I know he's killing some time for the bullpen to get loose, but get him out of there.
So here is Carlos. He has gone out to right. That was a soft fly ball, and he struck out on a changeup. And that's the ball in the hole. So Pauley's going to be held at third. Sacks packed, nobody out, and here comes A.J.
This ball just out of the reach of Valencia. It's a fastball inside. And just barely sneaks by him on the dive, loading the bases. Nobody out for A.J., who's got a shot at putting the Sox on top.
He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Called out on a terrible pitch, leading off last inning. First pitch strike. They got to run him back and get a pair in the pickle. But Pauley scores and the Sox take a 3-2 lead.
The Twins run this one pretty well. Hudson going to first now. You know you have to tag the base runner. And J.J. Hardy with a good look at third before they went and finally put the tag on Quint.
No stop now. Omar 1 for 2. That double with 1 out last inning. Started off that 2-run Sox rally. Takes it inside. Three, 6, and 1 for our Sox. 2-7-1 for their Twins. Seventh inning down in St. Pete. Yankees were leading Tampa Bay 6-0. It is now 7-7. Bottom of the seventh. Pick him up, Omar. That was pitch number 101 and a 3-0 count. There's a strike. That ball hit too hard. He hit it right on the money, right to Span. So the Sox have the bases loaded, nobody out. They push one across. We'll go to the seventh, leading 3-2. Mobile and be entered to win 2 tickets to the Blackhawks 2010 home opener on October 9th. That's Banner to 242-957 for your chance to catch this historic moment as the team raises the Stanley Cup banner to the rafters. Yes. All right, Johnny Danks, you got your lead. 3-2 good guys. Delman Young can't get it. He's 1 for 2. A pop up to short and a homer leading off the fifth. He got a high straight change and hit it out of here.
Delman's always loved the high fastball. You could always strike him out up and out of the zone. Not like that.
Didn't want to do that.
Young is hit for the 6th time.
He
just left the elbow
left
there.
It right there to get hit on 0-2.
But his job at that point is to get on base, and he was able to do that. So Johnny Danks hit only his 3rd man of the year. Now you got a real inviting double play target in Jim Thome.
Who's 1 for 2, hit one off the wall in left center. As that ball.
Well, AJ was digging through the basket that the ball boy keeps baseballs in. I'm not sure if he came up with the one that went in there, but he did come up with a ball.
Well, he's going to do so. He's going to come up with something. I don't care if it's the rosin bag.
He came in and wanted making sure Young was going to stay at second. And somewhere along the line, he was going to get the ball, or a ball, that was in the neighborhood.
Meanwhile, we got a man at second, nobody out here, and a 3-2 lead, top of the 7th inning. No two-hit batsman.
The wild pitch.
And then the wild pitch. Well, that's not good. And a 2-0 count to Tony.
J.J. Putz loosening up in the pen.
This will be pitch number 80 for Danks. And there's a strike.
But Jim wasn't looking for that. That was a cutter. And when he saw a spin on it, he's up 2-0. That's not the pitch he wants to hit. He wants to hit the fastball.
There's a broken bat. Alexei is there. So he could not get the job done. A big out.
And a good pitch by Danks. He fell behind. And Tommy couldn't get anything into the swing.
And a reminder, you can stop by the Comcast Fundamentals deck at US Cellular Field for the ultimate game day experience. You can visit the Comcast dugout to see official White Sox equipment, take photos next to life-size player cutouts, and listen to updates about the White Sox pitching staff on the Xfinity Voice dugout phone, all brought to you by the great folks at Comcast. So here is Valencia, who is 0 for 2. Young man has driven in some big runs for this club in the last few weeks.
He's just done about everything right for them. And last time up, Johnny Danks mystified him with a couple of straight changes.
And there's a base hit. Ball is bobbled.
I think they might charge him with an error because it looked like Ulger had held up Young at third base. It is single E8. Now, if Young wasn't held up, you're not going to be charged with the error here. As Valencia breaks his bat, drives in run number 28. Alex thinking about the throw before he put the ball away. Sees a tying run score. Ulger holds him up right there. That's enough to get charged with the error.
So 3-3 tie on a gift run. And here's Hardy. He's hit the ball extremely hard twice. Takes ball one. And that changeup grabs the strike.
J.J. Hardy came over from the Milwaukee Brewers, who drafted him, signed him, raised him, and he came to the big leagues with them. They send over Carlos Gomez for him.
The ball is striking out here in the top of the 7th inning in a 3-3 tie. And the count 1-2.
They won a pretty good cut fastball inside, and Hardy couldn't do anything with it. Omar is anticipating the third base that Hardy's going to pull the ball because he's very deep and over toward the line.
That's trouble. That's a gapper. So they're going to wave Valencia around. Here's a play at the plate. Safe. 4-3 Twins. All started with a hit basket on an 0-2 count.
I think you got to hit the first cutoff man in this situation because Ramirez has a better arm than Beckham. And when Rios got to the ball, he airmailed Ramirez. That's all it took for Valencia to score. But for the third time tonight, J.J. Hardy just hits a rocket. RBI number 36. And off the high hop, you're thinking you got a shot at Valencia.
Well, Hardy's been all over Danks tonight. So here's Span. And here comes Don Cooper. While he goes out there, a reminder, you can organize a group outing of 20 or more guests during the 2010 season. Purchase a block of tickets or enhance your outing with one of 6 great party areas. Now, the more tickets you order, the more money you save. So call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com.
J.J. Hardy came into this game against John Danks sitting just 2 for 10 without an extra base hit. That's what makes tonight all the more unusual because he has been right on him for 3 straight at bats.
Span that RBI single in the 5th. Knocked in Hardy. Or 1 the count. That ball lined into center field. Alex is there. Makes the catch. It's a hang with him for Span. 2 down.
Span's another guy that's hit the ball hard all night. He has 1 for 4 to show for it.
And here's Hudson. He's 0 for 3. First time up, he hit that rocket that Vizquel made a beautiful catch on. Lexey. Kelly, yes. Gonna pick it. Nice play both ends. But meanwhile, they come up with a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It is 4-3 Minnesota.
and Matt Guerrier comes on for the 66th time. 4-7 record, a respectable ERA of 3.5. His team up by a run.
First pitch lured away to Gordon. Beckham 0 for 1 with a walk, a big walk. Coming back in the 5th. That was after Omar had doubled. And he came around to score. There's a chopper base hit, so the leadoff man aboard.
Gordon 1 for 2 tonight, and this is a slider that kind of spins toward the outer portion of the plate. But Gordon's able to just drive it through the left side by getting out ahead of it. He's going to take a long look down at Valencia and see where he's setting up, and right now he's moving onto the grass as Jesse Crain starts throwing in the pen.
In earnest. Not a good effort right there. But
well, that was self-defense. If he doesn't bunt that, he's going to have a 1 and a baseball.
Well, where the trouble started, though, was he's trying to give it away so late that's what caused this problem.
And because it's going to be a sacrifice anyway, you might as well give it away early.
Yeah.
Second in the American League in sacrifices, looking for his 14th.
1-1 to count. Gordon just 4 for 10 on stolen bases. He has better speed than that. He's got to work on his technique.
The man warming up in their bullpen, Jesse Crain, has probably been their most effective pensman in the middle.
Yeah, in the last couple of months he has. Not a good effort at all by Juan again.
Well, Guerrier's doing what he should do, because in a situation where you know a bunt's coming, you want to throw fastballs right around chin high. You either force the guy to pop it up, or he bunts through it. The best course, of course, for the hitter is not to bunt at all, as those pitchers were both out of the zone.
Just a decent lead by Beckham. And there's another foul ball. Just tuning in. Twins took the lead 2-0 in the 5th inning. Sox came right back with 2 in the bottom of the 5th. Added 1 last inning, and then the Twins 2 in the top of the 7th. A little bigger lead now by Gordon. And there's a base hit. So the first 2 men aboard.
Here comes Gardy, and that's going to be it, I believe, for Guerrier. He's got the game on the bases. It's late, and I think he's got to go to Jesse Crain. Crain still throwing in the pen. Gardy has not motioned yet, but that's his intention. So out goes Guerrier, in comes Crain, and we'll step out and be back after these messages.
one of the most famous franchises and interesting franchises in sports. Watch The Club, Episode 5, tonight at 11 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Here's our Lexus pursuing perfection call to the pen, and it is Jesse Crain. He inherits some big problems. And runners at first and second. The tying and go-ahead run. Crain 1-0, ERA 263. Been a busy man out for the 65th time. He has thrown 3 wild pitches and 4 homers. That's in 51 2/3 innings. So let's see if the middle of this batting order, starting with Ramirez, who's had a big night offensively, can get something going here.
Well, he's got to have a big bunt right here. Corners are going to be in, looking for it and charging. Kadire at first, he's good. Valencia at third, he's good. So we'll see what Minnesota wants to do as far as putting a play on.
Ramirez has 6 sacrifices.
And he's just 1 for 8 lifetime off Crain.
Overhand curveball, tough pitch to bunt.
Oh, 1 to count. Yeah, those 12 to 6 curveballs are real tough to bunt. That'll get the job done, making him field it. And a beautiful, beautiful. As they come back with a fastball and help Alexi out. So Alexi gets the job done, and it'll bring up Alex.
This is a terrific bunt. Once having thrown the curveball, somewhat surprising they don't come back with another one, especially up 0-1. But we'll take it.
Well, you said it earlier. I mean, you know, the 12 to 6 right off the top is probably the most difficult pitch to bunt.
I mean, there's
because you got no tilt to it. Those tilts, now you can bunt those. Meanwhile, Alex is glad to see Liriano gone. As that pitch is inside. Alex 0 for 3. He's due. Ducks on the pond, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, 4-3 Twins. Alex 3 for 13 lifetime off Crain. Good check.
Gardner's got the infield back. He's going to concede the run for the out.
The catbird seat for Alex with Konerko on deck. Took a little something off, had him off balance way out in front. Alex just pulling off the ball tonight. Leaving it about 5 or 6 feet out in front of home plate. See that head go?
That's disappearing as the left side pulls out. You're not going to get much coverage outside with that approach.
Good eye. Full count.
Crain tries to hit him on the outside corner. One might have missed by an eyelash.
on top of him, Alex. Right here, buddy. Stay on top of him. And that's ball 4. That will load him up for Paulie. Paulie has had a tough time against Crane. 2 for 17.
Kind of an interesting thing because J.J. Hardy told Crane, if you get the ball, go to Hudson at second base. Hudson looked in at Crane and said, if you get the ball, you go home with it.
Sox packed with Sox, 1 down. And there's ball 1. 29,223 paid, but more than that in the house. Most of them are on their feet in the lower bowl. Paulie has walked, he has tripled, he has singled, and he has scored. Takes the strike to even the count at 1. Pretty good hook right there.
Well, he's got a good one. And he's had a good one all year. But there's plenty of room on the right side if he continues to stay away from Paul.
Big pitch right here. Got it, and just underneath it.
98. Pretty impressive with that fastball.
Outfield bunched a bit straight up. And the 1-2 pitch. Get out of here. It will. Souvenir right side, so the count hangs as Paulie just muscled it out of here.
Crane has 3 wild pitches, and you figure he's going to go to that curveball. Many of the best ones wind up in the dirt.
Manny on deck. And Paulie with another foul ball.
Good curveball, and Paul was able to stay alive.
That's the kind of curveball right there. The pitching coach down in the bullpen on the side will say, that is unhittable.
That's going to get him, but it didn't in this case, at least for the moment.
Big strikeout for Crane, 2 down.
Well, he used 97 to heat him upstairs, and we'll take a look at the pitch sequence and how it got to that point. That one misses low, then he goes to the curveball and throws a perfect one. That fastball fouled back. Another one fouled off. That curveball fought off, and then the high heat. And he threw it on the outer portion and got him.
So it's up to Manny. Manny 0 for 2 with a big walk. That coming last inning.
Career with the bases loaded, as impressive as anybody that's ever played this game.
Very generous call right there. As Mauer brought it back.
That one was a strike.
And the count 0-2. Manny is 0 for 4 lifetime against Crane.
He's not working with much of the plate there, but the whole ball had the plate on that second pitch. Maybe he'll hang one.
That was close right there. Even though it was up, though, it wasn't hanging, it was digging. One and two the count to Manny. Fastball at 96.
That time Mauer was almost standing up. He wanted the fastball that high. See where Mauer is? Because he held that position so long, he figures he's got to go out and talk with Crane. After your catchers talk to you here, there's no reason to even give a sign because they both know what they're going to throw now.
Sox pack, 2 out, and the 1-2 pitch coming. Two and two.
Mauer wanted it inside. Crane missed away, and you'd have to think the hook was coming now.
Crane comes on and gets the job done. Strikes out Konerko, strikes out Ramirez, and we will go to the 8th. It is a 4-3 Minnesota lead.
7 innings, gave up 4 runs on 9 hits, didn't walk anybody, fanned 3. Matt on for the 54th time, the respectable, very good ERA of 2.50. And he's got to look right through the heart of the order of these Twins.
Mauer, Kadire, Kubel. As that pitch is inside, Mauer has hit him hard. Hitting at 348 against Matt. 8 for 23.
You're not going to find many lefties that can say that.
There's a good strike on the outside half. Mauer tonight is 2 for 3 and was robbed of extra bases on a beautiful catch by Juan Pierre in left field. Turns the fan on underneath it, and the count evens at 2. Back to the middle base hit. So the leadoff man aboard.
Joe Mauer just continues to amaze you. He can chop it up the middle. Nobody seems to be around. Slicing it to left. This time with 2 strikes. Just seemed to shorten his swing somewhat. Matt Thornton went after it with his throwing hand, which is never a real good idea. But he's aboard.
Here's Kadire. He is 3 for 12 lifetime off Matt. Takes ball 1. 4 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for them. 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for us. That ball hit deep into center field, but not deep enough.
We showed you our U.S. Cellular text poll question a little earlier. Here are the results so far. A pretty good margin. It's A, Paul Konerko. You still have time to vote. Text A, B, C, or D to 53695. The final results. You'll have to stay with us on the U.S. Cellular White Sox post-game show to see it.
So here's Kubel. He's 0 for 3. Well, we mentioned Sox 5 and 10 against Minnesota this year. There have been 9 one-run games between these two clubs this season. And of the 9, we have lost 7 of them. There's a strike. 1-1 to count. And as we talked about over the years so much, the secret to winning a divisional title and winning in the big leagues is you got to win close ball games.
And you got to pick up the baseball.
Well, if you don't pick up the baseball, you're not going to win many close games.
No. Minnesota, #1 defensive team in the league. Tonight hasn't been one of their best efforts. They had a big mental mistake that cost them 2 runs on a ball hit right back to Liriano. And 1 physical mistake.
Two and 2 the count. With Young on deck. And the count goes full. Payoff. There he goes. And that ball hit deep into left center field. Off the wall. So Mauer's going to score, and it's a 5-3 Minnesota lead.
Gardner gambled because Matt Thornton's a strikeout pitcher. Joe Mauer doesn't have great speed, but he sends him, and this low fastball taken deep to left center field. With Mauer running, he's able to score easily. That'll be at number 85 for Kubel. Twins up by a pair.
So here's Young. He's popped to short, homered, and then left his arm out there to get hit by a pitch leading off last inning on an 0-2 count. And it paid off because they scored a pair. Thome on deck as they're going to put Young on. If you're just tuning in, we've had our chances.
And then some.
We have had our chances. Konerko on at third. One out back in the fourth. A couple of strikeouts by Liriano got out of that. Had a couple of men left on in the first inning.
Bases loaded, nobody out in the sixth. Came away with one.
Bases loaded last inning. And came away with none.
So Don Cooper now goes out to talk with Matt Thornton. And just exactly what he wants to do with Jim Thome. Jason Repko, pretty good defender as well as a pinch runner, usually in the game late for defensive purposes. This time he's pinch running for Delmon Young.
Yeah, bases loaded last inning with one out. Couldn't do anything. So here's Thome with one out, two on, one in. Breaking ball, no. Good pitch, didn't get it.
And now you've got to make a very good pitch to a dead fastball hitter.
And a count 3-0. Valencia on deck. Turns him loose. And the count 3-2. One out and the payoff pitch.
And here comes Ozzie. That's not what he had in mind. He wanted him to face Thome. Put Thome aboard. And now the call to the pen. So that will be it for Matt Thornton. Here's J.J. Putz on for the 53rd time, recently off the DL, throwing the ball real well with an ERA a little over 2.5. He inherits the bases loaded. There's only one out here in the 8th inning. The Twins have already pushed one across. We can ill afford to give them any more.
Valencia had a big RBI last inning.
Lexi Casilla pinch running at first base for Jim Thome.
Ball one for the 25-year-old third baseman. And the count 2-0.
Pretty impressive so far in the very young career of Danny Valencia with the bases loaded.
Five runs, 11 hits for them. 3 runs, 8 hits for us. And the count 3-0. There's one. Making swing the bat.
He's grounded into 10 double plays in just 66 games. That's a pretty high total.
They did a 6-3. Third walk of the inning.
Second run batted in for Valencia, and a 3-run deficit. The bases still loaded, and the guy who's swung the bat as well as anybody in their lineup tonight.
Hardy has hit it right on the button 3 times. Driscoll came up with one, then made a bad throw to first. The other 2 at bats, he doubled, was knocked in one, and scored one. As we've talked about so often, it's a battle of bullpens, and if the bullpen doesn't get it done, especially mid-August on, which our guys, we've had a couple of injuries out there, but they have struggled since then. And that's out of play right side. Count 0-2. We've got to have some late inning heroics from somebody after we first get them out of this inning.
It's got Linebrink throwing in the pen, and if J.J. buries that splitter in the dirt, A.J. has got to keep it in front of him somehow.
He gone. Foul tipped, hung on to by A.J. 2 down. So here's Span. Denard 1 for 4 tonight. And he's hit it hard all 4 times. He's 1 for 4 lifetime off JJ. And that's out of play. Minnesota 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 7th, and 2 so far here in the 8th. Our Sox 2 in the 5th and 1 in the 6th. That ball hit hard. Alex? Yes! No, he drops it. And that's going to break it open right there.
Well, that ball was hit right over his head, and he initially misjudged it. Then as the ball started to take off, Alex went back, got the glove on it, but the ball just dropped out. Toughest play for a center fielder. The ball hit right back over his head. Had it in the glove. Just dropped it.
So it's a 9-3 Minnesota lead. Five runs here in the 8th inning. Here's Hudson. He's 0 for 4. All 3 walks this inning have come around to score. AJ keeps it in front. Wow. There's a chopper, and it's foul. So the count 1-2.
Ball makes some friends. Matt Thorne, the third of an inning, 4 runs on 2 hits and a couple of walks.
Hudson with the 1-2 pitch, and that's fouled back. Ninth man to hit. All started with a single by Mauer. Off Thornton, back to the middle. Big crooked number goes up on that board. They put 5 up there. We walked 3 in the inning. They all scored, and we trail it by 6. 5-7 to join Blackhawks Mobile and be entered to win 2 tickets to the Blackhawks 2010 home opener on October 9th. That's Banner, B-A-N-N-E-R, to 242-957 for your chance to catch this historic moment as the team raises the Stanley Cup banner to the rafters.
Well, Delman Young was taken down for Jason Repko as a pinch runner. He checks in the game defensively in left field. And Brian Fuentes comes into the game. On for the 42nd time, a 4-1 record. Most of those saves accomplished as a member of the Angels. And they needed a left-hander in their pen. They went and got it.
All right, boys, let's give them a finish right here. We got nothing else to do. We got 6 outs to try to get something done. Quentin, AJ, and Omar to start it off. First pitch strike. Carlos had a base hit. In the 6th inning, he's 1 for 3. Nine, 11-1 for Minnesota. 3, 8-2 for our Sox. Pulls the string on that one, misses.
Fuentes has been asked to be a setup man here in Minnesota with another acquired closer, Matt Capps, as the premier closer.
Ball not hit hard off the end of the bat. So 1 out. Yankees leading Tampa Bay 8-7. That game in the bottom of the 10th inning.
Infante and Scott Linebringer throwing in the pen.
First pitch strike to AJ. AJ's 0 for 3. Picked up an RBI though in the 6th. And the count 0-2. That's a fair ball. Kadire will take it himself for out number 2. Nice play by Kadire.
Well, you can pretty much put him anywhere, and he's going to give you a good defensive effort. Originally signed as a shortstop, moved to third. He has played in the outfield just about anywhere, and now, because Morneau is out of the lineup, they've asked Kadire to play first base every day. Does a nice job of getting to this one and then beating AJ to the bag.
So here's Omar. He's 1 for 3. If you're just joining us, we had to lead 3-2 going to the 7th inning. So they scored 2 in the 7th and 5 in the 8th.
At that point, things were looking pretty good. John Danks through 6. Was a pitcher of record, unfortunately, in the 7th inning. The leadoff hit batsman, an 0-2 count, really set the trend for that inning.
It's all going to go back to the bullpens for the last 6 weeks. And now here, with this being 19 games left counting this one, certainly for the last 3 weeks, the bullpens have to get it done. Yankees win that ball game 8-7. Yankees were leading 6-0. Tampa Bay came back to take a 7-6 lead. They tied it up and then won it in 10.
That's going to leapfrog those Yankees over the Rays back into first place by a half game.
Full count to Vizquel. Kansas City strapped it on Oakland 11-3. Baltimore strapped it on Toronto 11-3. And that's fouled, right side, Souvenir. D-backs beat Cincinnati 3-1 at the Great American Ballpark. Phillies beat the Marlins 2-1 down in Fort Lauderdale. Texas strapping it on the Tigers 11-4, bottom of the 8th at Arlington. Got him a 1-2-3 inning for Fuentes, and we'll go to the 9th. Not good.
He hit Delman Young. John Denk still in the game, and then the base hit to center field. Now Alger had held up Young at third, but with the bobble in center and that ringing double to left center, Minnesota took the lead, a lead they never relinquished. And it's Scott Linebrink coming in the game. There you look at the numbers. On for the 46th time. 3-1 record. ERA 4.32.
Mauer to lead it off. He's 3 for 4. Mauer hitting at 327 as he stands in. Mauer this year came in hitting .421 against us. That's a little pop up, and that's out number 1. Mauer now 27 for 62 against us this season.
Yeah, we're at the point now where we can do something they occasionally do with hitters that you can't get out. Throw him a slow curveball every pitch, tell him it's coming, and see what he can do with it. Because he can't hit you much harder than he's hit you to this point.
Well, we talked about Mauer before. You cannot pitch him in a conventional fashion. You can't do it.
as you pitch Miguel Cabrera in a conventional fashion. Those great hitters, you pitch them in a normal fashion with Pujols and guys like that, they'll kill you. They'll just beat your brains out.
And unfortunately, he has, and the other boys you're talking about fall in that same category.
There are, as that's popped up right side, it's not done nearly as much today as it was in years past. There comes a time when you're going over these guys in meetings that you got to realize that it's very difficult for you to get them out. What you have to do is try to allow them to get themselves out. As here's Kubel. I remember that second half that Albert Bell had with us here. You could not get him out. Now, he could outdumb himself and get himself out. But that's the only way he was retired. You weren't going to get him.
Mauer goes in those streaks. I mean, quite obviously, when you win 3 batting titles, you're in a lot of streaks. But he goes in those streaks where there really isn't one place. You can't throw him in consistently. You can't throw him away consistently, or up or down, or any particular other pitch. So, given your choice, throw him in above the belt. And when we've had luck with him, that's where we've had luck.
That's where you've got to go with all the guys we just talked. When they're swinging the bats well and those great, you got to pound them inside. And you got the biggest thing, though, Stone Pony, is you got to let them know you're coming in. You have got to let them know that you're going to be pounding them inside. You throw the ball out over the plate to those guys, and they will absolutely destroy you. Kubel. So a nice 1-2-3 inning for our line break. Meanwhile, we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. We got 3 outs to try to get 6 runs to tie. Sports Night presented by Dex, coming up tonight after U.S. Cellular White Sox post-game live. We'll have a complete wrap-up of this ball game, which is not good right now. Plus, look ahead to local college football coming up on Saturday. So join Pat and Mark for Sports Night presented by Dex tonight after post-game live, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Into the bottom of the 9th inning, and another member of the pen for the Twins is John Roush. Now he's used as a setup man. When Joe Nathan went down on the flight to their first game, Ron Gardner said to John Roush, "You are my closer." It's the first time he mentioned anything to him. Didn't say anything all spring. He responded really well.
Gordon Beckham, 1 for 2 tonight with a walk and a run scored. Well, if things hold true, we will be 7 games back in Minnesota with 18 to play. And only 2 more against them. Hudson making the call. 1 out. And that'll bring up one. One had a big base hit back in the 7th inning. That's after Beckham led it off with a base hit. And it was a beautiful sacrifice bunt by Alexei. Then a walk to Rios to load him up with just 1 out. And then Jesse Crain with a couple of big strikeouts to get out.
Yeah, looked really good until Crain came into the game. Facing Konerko and Ramirez with the game on the bases at the time and struck them both out. That was really, from a pitching standpoint, the pivotal moment in this game.
In the 6th inning, if you're just tuning in, we had the bases loaded, nobody out. Good effort right there by Repke.
He went into the seats. That ball hit off his glove and bounded away.
But in that 6th inning, we could only get 1 run across, bases loaded, and nobody out.
Nice effort. Came up short. That one got Brian Onora on its way by Juan Pierre. Right off the right leg. I'm not sure how Juan was able to get out of the way of that one, but Onora wasn't.
And there's another chopper foul. Tallest man in Major League history, 6'11". And when you stand up close to him, he looks bigger than that. That's 2 out. And here comes Alexei. Alexei 2 for 3 with a nice sacrifice bunt. A strike and the count 1-1. Tomorrow night, Gavin Floyd against Brian Dunson. That game will be over WCIU. Then on Thursday, Mark Burley against Carl Pavano. And that game right back here on Comcast Sportsnet. And this should do it. And this ball game is over. So the Sox had the lead going to the 7th inning. If you're just tuning in, and our bullpen, Stone Pony, could just not get it done.
Well, unfortunately tonight, the offense had many opportunities against this Twin team, a team that doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes, but they made a couple this evening, and unfortunately, we couldn't walk through the door. So a very disappointing start to a critical series. This one had a playoff atmosphere, but at the end, the air went out of the bubble.
Yeah, when you got 9 outs to cover, and you got the lead, and you can't get it done, that hurts. But meanwhile, let's check out our GMC player of the game. It is the shortstop, J.J. Hardy. Had a big base hit, put him on top. He was 2 for 4 with an RBI, a big one. Run scored, our GMC player of the game. So for my partner, the Stone Pony, Steve Stone. Director tonight, John Walsh, our producer, Mike Leary, our associate producer, Dave Ross, our technical manager, Mark Harper, the executive producer, Jim Corno Jr., also for the man who runs the booth up here, the mayor, Mean Joe Groove, and also Mike Mayer, Frank D'Amato. This is the Hawk. So long, everybody.